Everybody, welcome to another. What's up? Welcome to another episode of Hip Hop and Fashion. I'm your host, Mr. Wayne, and I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Today we have some OGs, some experts from the hood in here called the Voices of Experience. So how y'all gentlemen doing today?
Well, we okay, man. We okay. Just keeping it cool, man. That's all.
Yeah, great, man. Just, appreciate you, inviting us on the show, man, so we could share some, and reach out to the people who need to be reached out to.
Okay, and I want to say to the viewing audience that y'all actually from the Calio Project, and if you would mind introducing yourselves to the viewing audience.
Okay, all right. I'm Theophilus Moore, treasurer of Voice of Experience.
And I'm Ronaldo Trepanier, director of Voices of Experience.
Okay, and why? I mean, what is it that you actually do throughout the project?
Oh man, we mentor, the little kids. We be through the community, man, trying to, explain to them, about how it's time to live. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's enough of the violence, man. It's enough of the killing. You know what I'm saying? We trying to show love again. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get the little kids, man. 8 years old on up. You know what I'm saying? To, start and just, let them know. You know what I mean? Because look at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm 56 years old, right? You know what I'm saying? I went to school, graduated, but I wanted to, I was a explorer. I was curious.
Right.
So curiosity caused me to take the wrong road. You know what I'm saying? I came back to the right road, but it took me almost 40 years to do that.
Right.
It don't need to be done.
Don't need to take.
You could do it now.
Gotcha.
And be more successful. And that's the message we want to put out there, man.
What about you?
Well, with me, man, I'm closer to the generation than he is right now that's doing all the damage, right? So we just trying to show the little brothers and show the other side that, we trying to help them build leadership qualities and, trying to bring some of that old swag back like, they used to look out for us, move us out the way. Then on the flip side of that, as far as with government, we trying to get them to understand that it's a behavior issue that they got to get to instead of the lockdown thing all the time. Right, so that's basically, we trying to just stay between, be a vessel for the dudes on the street because they won't work. And we getting jobs.
And you getting jobs. And I suppose you told me recently that y'all were able to get 10 gentlemen some jobs. Right,
10 guys some jobs that we know, from the street. And when we got them the job, they was happy, man. They just need a shot, So that's what we trying to get out to the public that, they just want a shot.
They just want a shot.
So we gonna keep doing that. We know we warriors from our community, bro.
Right. So and I said earlier, experts, because I don't mean to offend anybody. In my personal opinion, an expert is somebody that's actually been in it, and that's not to take away from the people who do study and research. And sometimes they get termed expert because they were able to compile data and numbers, and unfortunately, people who really want to help certain situations go by those so-called experts. But these are the real experts. They live there. They've been there. I mean, it's some things we can't even talk about on the television show, but it's nothing that you can get past this guy or me or that gentleman there. And when I say they are the real experts, when they say what some of the things that needs to be done in the community, I advise everybody watching the show to listen. So please continue.
It's about partnering up, right? To the books, you know what I'm saying, to the streets, you know what I'm saying. It's about us coming together as one. Sitting down, and sharing, you know what I'm saying. I mean, what really needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Because, you got the guys, man, it'd be peer pressure, I mean, they don't want to do some of the things, but, what I mean, if their boys see them, they they didn't want to look soft, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't about looking soft. It's about taking care of your family, like we get out, we get out there, man, and, we sometimes we have fun and, we like it's a one-night stand and then a baby is born.
Right.
When a baby is born, okay, now it's time to step up and do your job as a man. Anybody can make a baby, you know what I'm saying? But being a father and taking care of him is where it counts.
And another critical piece, man, we working with this guy, Terry Clay. He got this curriculum called Addicted to the Lifestyle. And what it does is, I can easily get a man a job. But if I got a street mentality, when I get on that job, I ain't gonna be able to take orders.
Right.
You know, it just bigger than what they thinking it is. You can give them a job or lock them up.
Right.
It's bigger than that. You got to really get somebody who know what they doing, like, you know, who they can trust. Because any outside person, and like I ain't being biased with this or nothing, but if a clean cut person come, a person they ain't used to, he a police.
Right, and because of society,
Right.
not nothing that society has done wrong, but
Right.
you looked at as the enemy because you don't look how I look,
Right.
and we don't talk the same. So
We don't talk, and they be quick to write that off. So what we trying to do in the process of getting them a job is send them through this 8-week training. Like, you know, it ain't nothing intense. 2 hours. We ain't gonna be, you know, this guy. He spent 20 years on the street, and he got a master's degree. He a street dude, but he
Right.
even got a master's degree in social work. So now he got both ends. He books and he hood.
Right.
So he got the method, to bring them guys from here to there, like explain to them in his way, you know, a scientific way, and get them to a point where they can go on a job and say, if you give him a demand, come on man, you dragging your legs. He gonna be able to say that. All right, boss, I'm gonna step that up for you.
right,
You know?
right,
He paying me at the end of the week.
Right.
So it ain't like it's no pat on the back. It's a reward for me doing my job.
Gotcha.
But before we do that, we trying to prep them because we know the process.
you know the problem. Right.
So we don't want to send no half person out there. We want everybody to eat and be successful, bro. So that's some key stuff right